God bless you. I'm Apostle Ahijele, I am by God's special grace, the General Overseer of God's People Worldwide Prayer Ministry. Please give me a little moment of your time. This is not coincidence that you stumbled into this video. I want every one of you to understand that there are many persons that need urgent attention. If urgent attention spiritually, physically is not paid to their situation, their present situation might become a predicament that will paralyze their destiny, that will paralyze their future. Their present situation might affect their marriage, their business, their career, in all ramifications. Beloved, I've come to realize that some persons are going through a lot of spiritual challenge. And there is an information I have for you. If your problem is spiritual, if your problem is connected to your foundation, if your problem is connected to an altar of darkness, if your problem is not ordinary, it's not actually man-made, it has a spiritual undertone, it has a spiritual roots. Beloved, there are good preachings of the word of God, good preachers that can't solve that problem. It's not every problem that motivational speech, motivational talk can actually handle. There are problems that revelation cannot take care of. Somebody has been able to tell you, this is where you are coming from, this is where you are going, this is the root of your problem. There are times such revelation might not be able to handle your problem because of the peculiar nature of your problem. There are some specific problems that actually demand, special prayers of deliverance. And beloved, I want you to quickly take note of this. Any problem that is coming from an altar, you need deliverance to escape such a problem. And that's the reason in 1 Corinthians chapter 12, the Bible made us understand the power of gifting. There are people that are gifted with the spirit of healing. There are some that are gifted with the spirit of deliverance. There are some that are gifted with the spirit of the word. There are some that are gifted with the spirit of revelation. So on and so on. But beloved, I want to quickly address a very important matter. First and foremost, I'm a rural evangelist. I've traveled to many nations of the world. I've gone to citywide crusades, but actually I'm a rural evangelist. I understand what is going on in rural environment. I understand what is happening in villages. And beloved, I want you to remember, the Bible says, in the dark places of the earth are the habitation of cruelty. I want you to understand that most problems in the city are rooted from the village. So the right person to address your case that is coming from your father's house is the one talking to you. The right person to address this problem that is coming from your foundation is the person that is talking to you. Any problem that have a root from your home, that have a root from your village, listen to me, I have a solution to that problem. One thing I want you to understand, dark powers do not just operate. They only operate through an altar. And if you can stop their operation, you must also stand in an altar to fight them. And that's the reason I want every one of you to be part of next Sunday program. Is altar raising stroke renewal service. I want you to understand that God has given me the mandate to deliver you from those problems in your life that are emanating from the altar in your father's house. Those problems in your life that are coming from the altars in your village. You can't fight those problems by just speaking in tongues. You can't fight those problems by hearing the sound message. You can't fight those problems by becoming a first-class student. There are problems until you know how to stand and address it, you live to die with the problem. Beloved, this Sunday is not a normal or a usual service. is a service that is actually set aside to deal with satanic altar, to deal with demonic altars. Beloved, I want you to make sure you take note of this important message. Altar do not listen to your fears. Altar do not care of your pains. What provoke altar to work is the sacrifice that you bring before an altar. Beloved, I want you to understand that altar is a place where the spiritual meet with the physical. Altar can be comparably to a spiritual airport where spiritual beings